Hey, this is Jasmine. Have you ever wanted to know what is the latest and greatest of businesses, entrepreneurs, musicians, and artists around the world? Have you ever wondered, why did they make that choice, where they're going, and how can I support them? Well, you come to the right place. If you haven't heard already, I have some amazing guests all the way from Africa and as close as Texas, where I live. Check out Noise Zion podcast on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and 30 plus other platforms. Today, I have two guests, Brock Hard and Ginger Grace of Backhand Sally, located here in Texas. Recently, they received the International Singer-Songwriters Association Award, which performs a variety of Americana, rock, blues, and country. Topics of discussion: their journey in the music industry and their upcoming release of their second album. Give a warm welcome to Ever Blessed, Ginger Grace, and Brock Hard. Well, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to even get to speak with some upcoming celebs in the area. So this is pretty cool. I love it.
What part of the area are you? You're DFW, I guess?
I live in Greenville.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure which.
Yeah, and one of your charts that you posted, you were number one on that chart. I was like, that's pretty hip.
Number one.
Oh, yes. Number one.
In Greenville, Texas.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Hey, that's okay.
In your neighborhood only.
I think we're number 3 on the Americana charts in Rockwall, Texas. So, we take it where we can get it.
Nice. Kudos. I was looking at some of your videos as well as your website, and you are like such a extensive background, and you have a wide variety of sound you've gone from music from to me, I heard was ska and Latin music, country, rock. And I used to be a first and second soprano singer. I played violin, cello.
Oh, wow.
And I was also a Afro-Caribbean dancer, Latin dancer. So
that's cool.
Plus, I was considered a singing bartender back in the day. So I was looking at one of your cool videos that you were doing, Proud Mary, and that was like my all-time favorite finale song. Everyone's like, do that one, or I'll sing something like a vamp song, Alice in Chains or something like that, Man in the Box, which is my all-time favorite. People were like, oh my God, you can vamp.
I do like that song.
Yeah. So the thing, I don't know your particular ethnic persuasion, but you're saying you're a salsa, or I'm sorry, an Afro-Caribbean dancer. But see, let me tell you something about these white women. They think that salsa dancing is just shaking their hips. And I got no problem with that, to be honest. I think that's right on the money. How do you salsa dance? I just shake my hips. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how to salsa dance until I'm about 4 or 5 drinks in. And then I'm just like straight up. Then
you can't stop him from salsa dancing.
You can't stop me. Yeah, Celia Cruz is my best friend at that point.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm Afro-Latina, so that's like our culture. We do the merengue, bachata, cumbia, salsa, and so it's just kind of enriched in my heritage to doing that. So it just came naturally, with or without alcohol induced.
Awesome.
Actually, I should just say, welcome, Ginger. Welcome, Brock. I should just do that one instead of being like straight up to dive right in, right? Just dive right in, girl. Don't hold your nose or anything.
I'm excited for this opportunity that you have to speak to us. It's a wonderful thing that's happened to you today.
Be the highlight of your week, I'm sure.
Have you gone through any other podcasts or radio stations so far?
Yeah, we've done several, and if this gets transcribed onto print, you be sure to just put asterisk. He's not being overly serious. Close asterisk, because some of this humor is hard to transfer. He's not that full of himself, and
oh no, I'm cynical too.
He only refers to himself in the third person. Also, I forgot to mention that. We've done a couple of radio things in Dallas. There's just a couple local ones. There's Mesquite Radio, KNON, that we've done that a couple times.
Okay.
Good friend of ours, Roby Nikolai. She's got a is it a podcast?
The ADD show.
She's got an ADD show podcast, and that's right out of downtown Dallas.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you because I don't remember all of the things that we've done, but we've done several.
It's been a few years, but we've done several throughout the years.
Yeah, we've done several of them, and it's always a good time. Some, before everybody's favorite pandemic, a lot of these things were in person. We did what was her name? The Guitar Sanctuary lady. We did her radio show.
Oh yeah, the Maylee Thomas show, the homegrown Texas homegrown radio show.
Yeah, so we've done a number of these things, and they're all they all kind of ask the same questions, but we make a good time out of it either way. So so we're not. I don't want to say we're seasoned at it, but we've
done a few of them.
This is not our first rodeo.
Okay, well, you'll probably teach me a little thing or two anyway. So cool. So I wanted to know more exactly what got you guys together. Like, what was the reason behind becoming the band, becoming partners within a passion of this music on this journey that you have?
We both kind of we've both always been sort of musicians. We both started out as cover bands or just, being a guitar player, being a singer or this or that, and playing weddings and parties and bars and stuff like that. But she was the one that, I guess, before me had started writing her own music. And that kind of got me going into it as well. It was just you just change and you evolve. It got boring for me, at least, just to play Proud Mary every gig. You're talking about playing that, and it's a great time to have, but to do it every gig, you find ways to express yourself through other people's music, but you're not really getting the opportunity to express, all the ideas that you have as an individual until you're doing your own music, or doing your own art, whether that be through drawing or even acting, voice acting. You can still express yourself. But we just found that music was one of the ways that we had the most fun expressing our, not necessarily political ideas, but just evaluations of life and love and all things in between. So it's just an evolutionary thing for us, really.
Yeah. So did you start like in a garage, like some musicians start off with? Or...
We've always, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
I love garages. Nothing's happened in a garage besides.
We have practiced in my daddy's barn before. We have done that.
We were professionals, and I'm not saying that garage isn't professional. I'm just saying we were of a professional nature before we got into the original artistry part of it. So we were doing, like I said, weddings and corporate events and things like that. But after that, when you get into the writing process, then we kind of started getting together as far as our minds coming together. And that's we don't really write in the garage, but, in the living room or the kitchen or whatever the case may be, that's where you start getting the, into the real, the artistry, I think, at least for us. That's when you really get into, what's the word that rhymes with calendar?
So it's a lot of
salamander
morning. Ooh, I have this idea. Let's write this song at 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And
so really, I think just a need. So what started it is, if maybe that was the original question, I think it was just a need to express ourselves in a way that we weren't able to do, singing Prince or singing Tina Turner.
We love doing those too, but when you have your own voice and you're trying to get it out there, you just have to make that decision.
Yeah.
And we just did that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that do cover music and make a name for themselves doing it, but very seldom does an artist get to express yourself. For us, at least, let me word it that way. For us, we found that we really had to get into our own craft and our own original music to where we were expressing the things that we wanted to do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. What kind of challenge did you have? What did you love to dig into, trying to search your niche, or maybe even create a different genre?
The first challenge with being an original artist is getting anybody to pay attention to you. especially around these parts. Dallas is very, in my opinion, closed off to new music.
It's a tribute band scene.
Everybody wants to hear you play Fleetwood Mac, or they want you to play George Strait, or they want you to play this. And as soon as you say, "Oh, this is an original song," they shut their ears off immediately. There's very few listening venues, and the venues that are listening venues, they don't want to pay you any money because they don't think they can make a big crowd off of your original music, and until you're a big name, then you're a big name and everybody loves you and everybody wants to call you babe and all this kind of crap. But until you make a name for yourself, they don't want anything to do with you. And if any of the local venue owners are listening to this, they're going to say, "Oh, we support local music." Yeah,
there are some that do.
Screw you, you don't. I'll call them out. I don't mind. You can put that on. They don't want to pay. They want you to come and play for nothing, and then.
But not the ones we play. No.
Yeah, but not the people that I like. Those are good people. But that's the first big challenge. Writing is easy. I think the writing is easy. I think it's fun, and I think there's a real sense of accomplishment when you've written something fun. But that's 4% of the work. Writing the song is 5% of the work. The 95% of it is getting people to listen to it, and we are just now getting to the point where we're getting people to take us. We've always been great musicians, and we've always had a real ability to create. But when we're not, it's just been recently that we've had people sort of taking us seriously and willing to listen to our ideas. So
and letting us and wanting to book us to play our originals,
right?
We always mix in the covers that we know people want to hear, just because we're entertainers too. But when people are requesting our songs, that's where we kind of are now. And so that other 95% of the work is finally paying off. So
yeah.
Right. So if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Whataburger.
Anywhere in the world, where would you travel, Brooke?
I'm hungry, so anywhere that has a burger or a pizza. I'm not all that exotic.
Spain. I can already tell you. Mallorca, Spain. That is on my list of where I want to go and get a house and live on the coast in Mallorca, Spain.
That's awesome. I'm originally, my ancestors are from Spain, so that's pretty
nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so pretty there. Well, the pictures that I see are beautiful there. And I watched a lot of travel shows or HGTV when they're internationally buying houses. And I'm like, yes, what? $500 a month for that? Let me move.
Wow.
And now more and more with the pandemic, I'm like, how soon can I get over there and just live on the beach and be done with it?
Exactly.
And I'll just play at the little local bars in Mallorca, and that'll be my retirement plan.
There you go. You never know. People don't wait till they're retired age.
You told us the year you're born, and you told us your birthday. Now all I need to know is your first pet's name. And
your mother's maiden name.
Your mother's maiden name.
No. Looking for my passport code, my secret password. That's funny.
I think I just want to go anywhere with a beach. You can put that on the record. Write that down. Anywhere with the beach.
Yeah.
That's me. That's where I want to go.
They have white sand, black sand, yellow.
I blue, purple, black. I don't care what color. The same.
I love the black sand. Black sand is just, it just feels different.
Beach. Just the real white sand ones in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So Spain is on the list for me. Anywhere there's a beach for Brock. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just stick them in the luggage. You're like, okay, you're gonna go. It doesn't matter what you say.
How many stamps does this need? Croatia.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the Paddington Bear, So.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, what type of work makes up the happiest part of your day?
Does work have to make the day happy? I think anything involving
I actually really enjoy songwriting, but more so when it's like spontaneous. Like if I get an idea and I will be in the middle of something that I probably really need to be doing, and I stop and I sit down and those are the songs that usually come out in about 5 minutes, the whole song, and you don't have to come back through. So those are fun parts of my day when they happen. And then aside from that,
you put if you got write the notes. The happiest part of my day is when the work is done. The work gets done. Right when that happens, that's the happiest part of my day.
I was going to say the other part of work I like to do is making food.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because then I get to eat it. So that's, I do like to do that.
That's the best part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Making it and then eating it. There you go.
Yes.
If you call being a mom a single job, which a single mom a job, that's great. But then I'm gonna call being a stay-at-home dad with no kids at my job.
That's awesome. That sounds strenuous. Very backbreaking.
Goals
My,
right there.
my stress level was through the charts.
Well, he's got goals.
Yeah, he does. Hashtag single dad, no kids goals.
What you got now?
All right. So what changed for you since the pandemic?
Oh God. The entire way, our entire business plan had to change as musicians. Previous to the pandemic, we were playing well over 100 shows a year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of full band shows. We were really getting into bigger audiences. Instead of just playing small venues, we were playing larger ones, festivals, growing that audience. And then as soon as the pandemic hit and everything closed, we were like, crap, how do you be a musician now? So we really pivoted and kind of learned how to connect with our fans in a different way, more organically, I guess you could say. And
Podcasts,
a lot of Facebook Live shows to begin with. And through that, we have, we partner with some other companies that host our live shows, which is better because it's not Facebook Live. So the people that are watching us come there to watch us. It's like they're getting a concert in their homes. So
we're big in India.
We really are. It's funny. We do a show once a month and we'll have like 200 watchers from India. And that's great. That's what the pandemic has done for us, is because we probably never would have had that audience prior to the pandemic, because we wouldn't have thought to reach out to these platforms. So we work with a couple of those. And then we just kind of restructured the way we play. We used to do a lot of full band stuff. And then when things opened back up, they really weren't, the money wasn't there anymore. So we really developed our duo show more, because we were together all the time and there was nowhere to go and nothing to do. So we just improved our music and started writing more, and we finished our second album, and that's what we did during the pandemic. So it was good. And, money wise, it was a little bit of a hit, but business structure wise, it just taught us how to adapt and maybe even get more with the times digitally.
Singing with a mask and playing guitar with rubber gloves was tough at the beginning, but I'm getting better at it now,
Well, I mean, that's some artists, musicians' original costume when they get on stage. So that could have been a fad.
Yeah.
Played it out. If you played it out really well, I mean, Kiss and Slipknot, they come out with their AC/DC.
Yeah.
Speaking of musicians, who are the three greatest living musicians? If you have any that are passed on.
Right Said Fred.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Yeah. The Milli Vanilli.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're really pushing it.
I'll give you one that I like, and this might be a little cliche, but I really I love Dolly Parton, and her catalog is quite vast. She's got hundreds upon hundreds of songs, but something about her is she's never sold the rights to any of her songs. I mean, she walked away from Elvis Presley covering "I Will Always Love You" because who was his guy's name?
Colonel.
The Colonel required 10% publishing rights to any song he performed, and she wouldn't give that away. So there's something incredible about that, especially from the decades that she came from as a female performer and songwriter. She just kind of proves the point that gender plays no role in talent and ability. I would definitely name her up there. And then I'm even going to say, I'm not a huge fan. I don't listen to her a lot. I got to give it to Taylor Swift. This lady has knocked it out of the park as a modern performer. She writes her own songs.
Three greatest musicians, and you're legitimately saying
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Say
greatest. I don't like to use the word greatest.
That's what she just asked you. She just asked you.
Greatest. I understand that. I'm giving my opinion.
Scratch that one. Scratch.
You can say Right Said Fred.
Yeah,
right.
I'll allow Dolly Parton and Milli Vanilli, but scratch off Taylor Swift.
Okay, then you give one.
What? What's the question?
You give an artist.
Herbie Hancock. He's one of the greatest living musicians of all
David
time.
Foster, then, if we want to get like that.
Oh my
I don't know
goodness.
if you know who David Foster is.
No,
But Michael McDonald, would you prefer that?
I do like Michael McDonald.
I was just thinking of somebody
Taylor Swift is one of the greatest
that
living
has been
musicians.
an artist since.
Do not put that Backhand Sally does not.
I will omit that.
You can put Ginger Grace all day long. You can put Ginger Grace
Oh,
believes that Taylor
gosh.
Swift is one, but you will not put Backhand Sally or have my personal name associated with that statement.
Don't taint his name, right?
Okay,
Exactly.
let's move on now.
Miley Cyrus, though, you can put that one. I love Miley
She doesn't-
Cyrus.
Do you really?
Wrecking Ball.
And
is
Justin
your
Bieber.
favorite?
That rounds out my list of top three. Milli
Oh my
Vanilli,
gosh.
Miley Cyrus, and Justin Bieber are the three greatest musicians that are alive today and will ever live. Dash, close quote, Brock from Backhand Sally.
Please put on there, take everything he says with a grain of salt. Less than a grain of salt. I was saying her because she's not from the 60s or 70s or 80s. She's
And that's the
somebody
what you think
modern.
of. That's the first person you think of. It's modern.
Somebody from this decade who's been writing music that's not been doing it since Herbie Hancock's time, since the 1960s. I mean, and then on the other side of that, I would definitely put Fleetwood Mac as a band in there as one of the greatest artists. People are still listening to their music.
Did you just go to
Yes.
www.cliche.com?
Nope. Taylor Swift wouldn't have been on my cliche list. I mean,
Next question.
Milli Vanilli's not even a real artist.
They put a whole album out after the whole thing. They put a whole album. You don't remember that?
Nothing
No.
but lip
Oh my
singing.
God.
Lip singing. That's all it is. Yeah.
Oh, I guess they did another
They did
one.
after that. It didn't sell, but they were actual artists.
I didn't even know they had a second album.
For sure. It was a great
Well, there
album.
you go. Well, those are my answers. Do with those as you wish.
Okay. I shall.
Can't believe
Guys.
this. Somewhere written is going to have Taylor Swift on our.
I hope so, and I hope she reads it, and I hope she goes. "Oh, you come on tour with me, Ginger, and leave Brock at home. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll be Brock, but I'll have a long
There
hair
you go.
wig on, and then I'll be and I'll walk in there like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Screw that. Who's that?
That's your impression of me.
Taylor Swift.
You know what? You're not
Man.
wrong. She's got you down. She got you pegged. 20 minutes, and she's got you pegged.
Hey,
Doesn't take much.
voiceover characters. I'm trying. So,
Perfect. That's what she does. She
We
listens
need-
to us, and
we
she
need
picks up our dialect.
If some fan is listening and it happens to be an animator, please cartoonize me, and you can voice me, and this is gonna be the next biggest hit. I swear to God, it's gonna happen.
there you go. There
$1
you
million
go.
opportunity.
I love that.
So
Next
please,
question.
so anyways, because this whole podcast is be nothing about arguing about Taylor Swift. I mean, I could put that in there, but it wouldn't be very good in promoting you. But other than that, I love it. I love the conversation. This is awesome.
I told you this was gonna be the highlight of your day.
No, well, I thought that was you saying that was going to be the highlight of your week.
No, for you.
Oh,
This is
well,
gonna be the best part of your day.
He
He was talking about himself in the third person. Didn't we?
Oh,
didn't we
goodness
do that?
gracious. Yeah. Okay. My bad.
I'm giving her such a hard time.
No, it's cool. I love it. I need it. Thank you. So tell the listeners exactly what is a Americana country rock group. What does that entail? Can you explain exactly? I mean, it says you have, like they said, the mixture of rock, blues, country. I heard ska. I heard Latin, especially with the song that you had. What's it called?
Mexico
Mexico
Crush.
Crush.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you also have the
Oh, text you when I drink. I think
text
is
you
the
when
other
you're
one I'm
drinking.
thinking.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So,
That's what those two
no.
songs.
and then like it's a top 40 dance hall. I mean, dance hall like Jamaican dance hall. Dance hall?
anything.
It just means we don't know what to call ourselves. What does Americana mean? Americana means we don't know what to call ourselves.
If an artist calls themselves Americana, it's because they play a touch of everything. And you can't say, I'm a multi-genre artist. People don't like that. Radio stations don't like that. Producers don't like that. They want you in a box. So Americana is that box. Typically, though, Americana has a little bit, the lyrics are a little more storytelling like if you listen to our songs.
So don't fall into this
Most of them do.
trap of an analysis on that. There's no analysis. We just don't know what to call ourselves. That's all Americana.
But that's what most Americana artists are.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, once you come out and when you do one song, if we play one song, if we play Mexico Crush, for example, people have a hard time believing that we are a rock band or that we can do blues. I'm a huge blues fan. I'm a jazz fan. We're 80s hair metal fans. We're 90s grunge fans. We're 70s disco fans. We're 60s Motown fans. We're 50s rockabilly fans. But because people want to believe that you have to be something that he does blues. That means he can't do country. What do you mean? As soon as we label ourselves as a country band, then rock people don't really want to pay attention to you, or blues people don't want to really listen to you. So what we found is just to call ourselves Americana, because people really don't have any idea exactly what it means.
Then you can play anything you want.
So we can play. It's one of the more. I think what Americana means is just sort of, it's just true to the where the spirit of our song. Now I'm going to do the analysis, and I do the analysis much better than you.
Do you?
Yeah.
You use a lot more words than I do.
Exactly. So the Americana is basically just an honest sort of outlook that we have on the things that we see, and that's how we write our songs. It's just, I only text you when I drink. That's just something that we've noticed as a common that people do. You wake up in the morning and you look at your phone and you realize you made a bad mistake and you sent that text that you shouldn't have sent. That's Americana. That's writing about the human condition. So that's why we're Americana artists.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Did you get all that? Did you write that down? I didn't see.
She's recording it. So.
Wait, you got to say that again. I got to type it out again. So here is the song Mexico Crush. Check it out.
Sorry, baby, it happened so fast. You really gotta stop living in the past. Don't think too much. It was just a Mexico crush. When the cat is gone, the mice will play. It started out as just a silly little game. You know I love you, but she's not the same. I didn't even stop to ask for her name, so don't think too much. It was just a Mexico crush. She was just a waitress, as pretty as could be. I wasn't thinking about those birds and the bees, so don't think too much. It was just a Mexico crush. Deep as the ocean, I caught a look in her eyes. She was looking at me, much to my surprise. Don't think too much. It's just a Mexico crush. When the music started playing, she was on the dance floor. By the way she moved, I knew I needed more. There's right and wrong, but what could I do? You can't blame me, cause you would like to too. So don't think too much. It's just a Mexico already gone. No kiss goodbye, she just moved right along. Like she was never there, so hard to believe. If this could happen, or was it a dream? Something too much. It was just a Mexico crush. So don't think too much. She was just a Mexico crush.
What made you write this particular song, and what does it mean to you?
Mexico Crush was a sneak peek that we gave you. And I don't know, maybe I made some mistakes. Who knows? You know, I did some things, this and that. But the song is about...
is it about a person or is it about the country?
It's about the country for sure. Absolutely. I love that.
Or is it the tequila? Tequila,
Yes.
Orale, the tequila
There you
man.
go.
It could be about anything.
Tequila way. There you go. That's
Tequila way.
Anything you want it to be
That's
about.
exactly what it was. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Great analysis. Perfect. Exactly. Then nothing else. Not a woman.
Oh gosh, you're really gonna get those rumors going.
I wanted to know more about this ISSA Vocal Duel of the Year Award.
That award is in 2020. We won the International Singer-Songwriter Association's award, Vocal Duo of the Year, and that was for our album No Instructions that was released in 2019.
Okay.
And so that's what made us eligible for that award. And there were about 10,000 different musicians from the world. That there's about 100,000 people involved in that organization. 10,000 or so were nominated, and that whittles down over a 6-month process, 4-month process, and down so on. It's actually voted on among like fans and then among a voting board on that thing. So it's not just like a Facebook poll or something. It's actually peers and radio executives and promoters that vote on that particular award. And so we were nominated in a couple categories, but that's the one that we won an award in, and we were pretty proud of that. So next year, when our new album's coming out within the next 6 weeks or so then we'll be eligible for that award next year, and a few other awards that we will be eligible for in the next year. So, and that one award that some people haven't even heard of kind of opened it up where people are like, oh, they won an award for original music. Maybe we should listen to their music. And so things like that kind of have helped that other 95% we were talking about. Getting our name out there and those things. We've been nominated for several awards in other organizations, but obviously the one you win is the one that counts. So you know, they say it's always nice to be nominated. Well, it's better to win.
Yeah, that's like coming in second or third, you know, especially with the Olympics going on. Like you just look at that bronze medal like, oh, what the hell? You know,
you first, you last.
Exactly. So have you ever...
Are you ready for the real answer now?
Oh my gosh, no.
You ready for the real answer?
We're not supposed to be here all day, man. We got a gig
I'm
tonight.
sorry, I can't hear you. You're on mute. Say that again.
She muted you. We're in the same room, but she
It's just muted me only.
That's fine.
Okay, so I noticed that you, like you said, pre-pandemic, you were involved in going out to Nashville alongside doing Dallas. You have a spread so far hitting some shows scheduled for Dallas, but have you thought of extending past Nashville and Dallas in the near future?
Yes.
Hopefully.
As the pandemic and things open back up, that's definitely on our list of things to do. We'll be kind of just expanding outside of into other cities in Texas. Just drive wise, that makes the most sense. We've already expanded out and playing in the East Texas area, Longview, We have something coming up in Nacogdoches, not in the very next month, as soon as the lady gets me back a date. And then Austin and San Antonio, and then we'll branch out into Louisiana. A lot of festivals as the festivals open back up, and start doing those as we start promoting our next album. So definitely. And then pre-pandemic, we were playing in Mexico quite a bit. So we'll pick that back up and start going back over there and playing once or twice a year. And our international fan base that we play to over there. And
Cool.
definitely want to pick that back up. We go to Nashville to play our originals because that's where they're received the best. And that's our reasoning behind traveling to Nashville. And we do pretty well out there and we're received well there. So if Dallas could only get with it on that original music scene.
Very true. Very true. I know you have probably more persons that are in the band, like you have the drummer and you have all of that. Is there, who's the drummer, who's the guitarist, who's the singer? Do you have, or are you looking to have an additional person?
The core of us is us. Would you like to be part of our band? You say you sing first and second soprano. We're always looking for harmony. But the core is, I think of like Hall & Oates or somebody, or Brooks and Dunn. So we're the core. And then we do have other musicians that we work with. Corey Reynolds is our main drummer. Sometimes he's not available, so we have some other sub drummers that we work with. And we are currently looking for a bass player. But we have some buddies in the music scene that we work with there. But again, the core are ourselves, and then I guess we would count Corey as our next close one. And then we just hire musicians depending on the gigs and shows. I think you have something to say.
Got anything to add, Brock?
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
You plead the fifth? Yes, sir.
Yeah. So primarily it says, but if a project or a gig,
She just gives these such stale stock answers. That's the problem that I have.
What answer do you want me to give?
I don't know. You just answer everything.
Pizzazz.
Yeah, we have a peacock and a flamingo that play in our band. I don't know what you want.
Stale
Although that would be pretty
stock
cool.
Answers. Nobody wants to read that. Oh, what's the name of
They're not reading it. They're listening to
Nobody
it.
wants to hear that. They want to hear the stories and the fun.
Okay,
Well,
but that doesn't answer the question.
Tell me more outside of all this that you like to share with the listeners. If you'd like me to add
You
that
close
to
this
that.
out, Brock.
She's not. How do you know this?
Take the floor.
Huh?
Take the floor, Brock.
It's your turn. Tell your story.
We are the heart and soul of Backhand Sally, just two of us, and we have nothing more to say about that. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right, Forrest.
Ay.
I'll get to the next question.
Well, we do have something fun going on tonight. We're playing the Deep Ellum Arts Festival. I know this is going to come out way past that, but
Yes, I saw that.
and we'll be playing that as a trio. So our drummer,
Deep Ellum. And then
Corey will be playing that one with us tonight.
that was one of the things I wanted to add in there, because you have the second album as well as you have current available pre-sales. So
Yes.
what would be the places that listeners would love to check you out for more information about your band?
www.backhandsallymusic.com and Facebook. They can look up Backhand Sally Music on Facebook. Those are the two best places. The website will take you to our YouTube page, take you to our Facebook, take you to Instagram, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, all Spotify. So one-stop shop, backhandsallymusic.com.
Okay, because I'm gonna put you on my music list because I do Amazon Music,
Great,
and
thank you.
the podcast will be on there too. So
Okay. I listen to
kind of a
Amazon Music
win-win.
as well.
Cool. I think Brock feels like I've outed him. I'm so sorry that you feel.
Do you have any?
Okay.
One day I may be able to recover from this.
He'll
I hope
survive.
so.
He'll be fine. He'll get some drinks in him tonight at the show, and it'll be
I'll
be
bring
all
over-
forgiven.
I'll bring some tequila. I'll bring some tequila and some menudo for
Perfect.
you.
Oh, perfect.
I'm gonna drunk Zoom you later, so have your
Drunk
computer ready. Yeah, that's the next phase of drunk calling. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
drunk call or drunk text you. I'm gonna drunk Zoom you.
No. We're good. We're good. We're good.
I like her. She's great.
So is there any additional things, like if you have anything else that you want me to add in there for the show notes, I will put your websites, I will put the Facebook, and identify that you have your music on those particular music platforms that they can listen to.
The album is available for pre-sale right now, but if they go to the website, they'll see that as well. So
wash your hands.
Yeah, make sure you wear a mask
and tip your bartenders.
Yeah, if you just put our contact info in there and ask them to check our calendar out. We have other stuff coming, a lot of stuff throughout the end of the year. So and we're available for booking. They can put that down there too.
Oh yeah.
What's our Venmo?
At Backhand-Sally.
What's our Cash App?
At Backhand Sally, or $, Backhand Sally.
That's what we're running specials right now on our CDs. So
yeah,
check those out.
Oh, our first CD, yeah, we are running a special on that online, and we have something. Oh, and our new album is actually, if they get on now, they can order a vinyl copy, and we have merch. Get you a Backhand Sally T-shirt today. And if they do pre-orders, they can have a vinyl copy of the new album. So not just a CD or digital. Yeah, those are pre-orders only. So once the pre-orders are done, then only those people get vinyl for now. We do, and if you buy them live, we do. And if you order them from us, we autograph everything. So
sweet.
And then we have an 8 Airs gig in December. And we're going to be doing a holiday event at Oaked Barbecue that is honoring the military, but it's going to be open to the public. That date is to be determined. So just visit our show calendar and it will be updated as soon as we have that date. Those are the 3 big events coming up after this podcast comes out. So
wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing that information. And it's been a pleasure. Brock.
It's been great talking to you, Jasmine.
I have to bite my tongue. It's been a pleasure, Brock, to meet you. It's been an honor. It's been an honor, Ginger.
Oh, it's been great talking with you, Jasmine.
I wish I could say the same. No, I'm kidding.
It's okay.
We're having a good time.
I'm still loved.
Well, I can't wait to see how you put it all together, and thank you so much for doing this. And
if you're ever close, out in the Dallas area, look us up, come and hang out, say hi sometime.
Please do.
I pass Dallas every night.
Well, there you go.
At 3:00 in the morning. So if you guys are awake,
we're usually out at 3 a.m. So check our calendar and then send us a message.
Are you the guys making all those the firecrackers and shooting stuff in the air? That's like, yep, that's their house. Oh,
yeah, that's us.
We had a great time. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Great. Thank you so much. Well, have a great rest of your Friday.
You too. Yeah, have a good Friday. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Noise Palooza Zion Podcast. I'm Jasmine Castillo, also known as DJ Jim Jam. If you are wanting to be promoted on my podcast, please reach out to me if you are a small business, entrepreneur, musician, or artist. www.jasminecastillovoice.com. Stay tuned for the next upcoming episode.